I've been getting a lot of messages from people telling me that they think they could take on a goat. I think that would not be a very wise idea. I mean, goats are a lot tougher than you might think they are. People just think of like a cute farm animal, right? When they think of a goat. Like you go to the petting zoo and then there's a goat and there's a sheep and there's a cow or a calf and a rabbit and a pig. But most of these animals are baby animals that you see at the petting zoos. An adult goat could probably fuck you up if you tried to take it one-on-one. Because they're descended from mountain goats, which are wild animals, right, that hop around on the rocks. And that takes a lot of strength and agility to do that, actually. And I don't think that they're to be trifled with, you know. Goats took hundreds of years for humans to domesticate goats and pigs and cows and chickens because their wild ancestors are really tough cookies. And goats can chew through pretty much anything, like a can or really rough vegetation, and they can digest it too. I mean, that same thing applies to you too. A goat could walk straight up to you and just bite off your dick and balls of your pussy. And yeah, what are you gonna do in that situation? You might think you're tough, you know, until that happens. I think Mike Tyson said that everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Well, that's exactly what would happen if you stepped up to a goat. Everyone's got a plan until the goat fucking chews your nads off. I mean, they're very cute and you might get the wrong impression of them because they look really friendly and they just go, bah! But I think it's a pretty foolish proposition and I would highly advise against it. I mean, same thing goes for pigs. You know, people make fun of them. They're like, oh, look at that fat pink pig, you know, rolling around in the mud over there. Just wallowing in the mud. All it does is eat and get fat, and it makes funny noises. But a pig could probably fuck you up pretty badly, too. Like in that show Game of Thrones, that Robert Baratheon character gets killed by a wild boar when he's out hunting. He gets a little too cocky and he thinks he could fucking wrestle that thing, and it just tears him apart. A pig could probably do the same thing to you. Try to uppercut it, and it just your fist just slides right off its chin, and then it charges you, and then it stomps on your fucking throat. Or even a cow. They have this image of being sort of slow-witted, right? And they're just sitting around chewing the cud. But I remember when I was a kid, I got chased by a cow once and it was scary as hell. I seriously thought I was gonna die probably. But we were kind of taunting it because there were these cow fields nearby my apartment where we lived, and we would just creep up close as possible to these cows. And sometimes they would just start charging at you. You know, and rightfully so. We shouldn't have been out there doing that. Chickens, they're pretty tough too. They come from wild chickens that lived in the jungles. Oh yeah, cows come from water buffaloes. But the wild chickens from the jungle, they were freaking vicious, man. Yeah, people even have cockfights with roosters. They put blades on their legs. Chickens don't usually have that, or even roosters, but they're still pretty tough cookies. And if you really do want to pursue this, though, I'm really interested in seeing how it goes, and I want you to send in some video of it, because that would make for some really good entertainment, actually. But I don't know if, it's probably animal cruelty if you did something like that. So maybe actually don't do that. And, you could get hurt in the process. Or the animal could too, but most likely it would just be you getting fucked up. And I'm not gonna lie, it would be pretty funny to see someone getting their ass kicked by a goat. They say that playing with things is how children learn about the world, right? Children play with toys like Transformers and dolls or whatever kind of toys are out there. But I was wondering, like, how does playing with a Transformer prepare you for the real world? Because I remember playing with those as a kid, but as an adult, I don't think I've ever once transformed a car into a robot or vice versa. And playing with dolls, I guess that kind of prepares you for playing with like a blow-up doll or a sex doll, maybe. But I don't think that was their intent when they made those things. Because that would be kind of creepy. But I do think that toys can, work for this purpose if they're more specific. Like, they should make more toys that are, like, similar to what it would be like for you to do your taxes. Like, you teach kids about earned income credits and deductions and their W-2s and keeping all their receipts throughout the year and charitable contributions. I think they could make a toy like that would still be fun for kids to play with. And then that would actually prepare them for the real world. You could call it like the tax buddy. And this could also teach your kids financial independence too, because I think a lot of people they take their tax forms or all their financial information to their tax guy or tax gal. But I think that's a waste of money, and these people could be ripping you off too. So it's better if you do your own taxes. And not just taxes, but you could teach kids even like how to chop vegetables at an early age, like with a fake cutting board and a fake knife and fake vegetables. And that way they can start helping her out around the house sooner too. You don't have to wait until they're like a teenager or whatever. You could just say, here's how you load the washing machine, or here's how you chop a carrot. And if you make toys that are like, fake laundry baskets and fake washing machines, that'll prepare the kids for helping out around the house a lot sooner too. I know they have like fake lawnmowers where the kid pushes it around and it like blows bubbles, but that doesn't seem like it's very useful either, or I don't think it's very instructive either. The kid is kind of pushing the lawnmower around and imitating the parents, but the bubbles part I think is sending the wrong message. It's like teaching the kid that mowing the lawn will produce these frivolous bubbles, or that it's like this kind of, I don't know, it's not playtime is what the message you need to send to the kids. So maybe the fake lawnmower could shoot out like fake grass on the side, so they understand the mechanics of the machine better. I came up with a new idea for face creams, and it has to do with condiments, like the kinds you put on food, like and sauces. So you could have at like a department store, you could have something set up kind of like a hot dog stand, and you got all your different sauces and condiments, right? Like you have mayo, mustard, ketchup, relish, pickles, peppers, celery salt, onions. But all those things can also have a dual purpose of being used as face creams as well. So like the mayonnaise would also be a moisturizer that you could use on your face. So you could you walk through this line at the department store kind of like you're at a hot dog stand at the ballpark, and there could be some people who want the whole 9 yards. That they just want everything, right? And then there could be some people who just want the ketchup nourishing cream, and then the mustard exfoliant. And then, when you get to the end of the line, you pay for your purchase, and they put the stuff in like these the plastic containers for sauces. And the worker could even be dressed like a hot dog salesman at the ballpark. And then when you get home, you could use it on your sandwich. And then you could also, if your face is feeling a little bit dry, you could rub a little bit of the mayonnaise on your face and moisturize your skin. Or let's say you're on a picnic and you're eating hot dogs and your face is feeling a little bit crusty. Well, you could take the mustard with you to the water and then wash your face and exfoliate your face with the mustard and also use it on your hot dog. And then that saves a lot of space too in the house. And like when you're traveling, you don't have to pack, mustard and exfoliating cream. It's all in one item. And this would improve the retail experience too. You could just go to one store. You don't have to go to a separate store for food and then another store for stuff that you put on your face. You could just go to a single place and do all your shopping at once. Yeah, I think that they should do this with more products. So not just face creams and sauces, but like you could do it with all kinds of different things, You could make an alcoholic beverage that you can also use to clean your counters. So like you're sipping this beer, right? And then you notice your counter's dirty. You could just pour a little bit of beer out on the counter and then clean the counter like that. And then let's say you could make you could make beef jerky that also doubles as like a Band-Aid. So you're eating your beef jerky, right? And then, I don't know, you scrape your knee. You could just put that beef jerky right over that scrape on your knee. And it also kind of resembles a scab. So it's going to scab up anyway. So it would kind of look natural in a way. And you could have potato chips that also work as cotton pads. So you could be eating a bag of potato chips and then you could wipe your face with the potato chips as well. They could also make bread that doubles as underwear. So you instead of buying a loaf of bread, you'd buy this underwear-shaped bread. And then you could, I don't know, say you're in an emergency and you don't have extra underwear with you, but you have this underwear-shaped bread with you. You could just throw away your soiled underwear and then put on this loaf of bread-shaped underwear and wear that around for the rest of the day. And then when you get home, you could eat that. If you get hungry, you could just toast some of that and eat it. Anyway, that's all for this week. Thanks for tuning in again. See you next week.